Hi everyone, Hannah here. So as you may know, we are doing a swap this month and we are making a Christmas themed fabric book. Now I did a video, maybe it was a couple of weeks ago, showing you what you will receive in the fabric book kit. We also had sent out a newsletter of some step-by-step tutorial videos that you can watch where Artie Mays, she makes her fabric book. It's not Christmas themed, but the concept is the same. And so I'll put a link in this video. As we go along the videos of the steps that I'm doing, I'll give you the measurements. So the first step that I'm doing, you want to make your snippet rolls that you are going to be sewing onto your actual book. So you want 9 pieces that are measured 4 inches wide by 14 inches long. Now I've got some pieces here that are different lengths, and the reason why is because whenever I was cutting up the book kits, or the fabric for the book kits, I had a bunch of just odd and end pieces, and so I have sewed them together. You'll see here, this was my first piece. I didn't know it was set on the zigzag. So anyway, but the pieces are roughly 4 inches wide, and they're anywhere from 14 to 18 or 20 pieces long. And I'm going to go ahead and just decorate them like that because I can always cut off the little pieces that I might use on the page, or however I'm going to do that. I don't really know yet. But the first step you will want to do is, try to have about 9 pieces if you can, just so this step is done for you. And then you can move on to the next step of, adhering these onto the fabric pieces that are going to make your pages, your cover, as well as your envelope page. So I have part of what came in the fabric book kit are these scraps, this little scrap pack. So I'm going to get that out and kind of take a look at it. Also in our the fabrics that come in it, I'm going to kind of look through that. Now I know that I want this to be my cover piece. I'm going to set that aside because I don't, well, let's see, I'll measure it and see how I want to do that. We might have enough extra, I'm not sure. So we will have some extra, so that's good. All right, well, I might go ahead and cut around that. So I'll leave a little extra. I like to have just a little extra. Sometimes when you're sewing, fabric, it can get off course a little bit. And so it's good to have that little bit of extra if you need it. So I'm going to give me about a 1/2 inch all the way around. Okay. Cut out a little bit here. And some of you have mentioned that you don't have a sewing machine. That is okay. You don't have to have a sewing machine. I think it would help to get the job done quicker. Sewing by hand, it can take, a little while, but, you can do this by hand. You could even glue your pieces if you did not want to sew them. You can glue them. They have, it's some kind of like an iron-on, you put it down and put the fabric down, and it kind of sticks to it, and then when you iron, that heat basically turns it into a glue. So that is also an option. I don't remember what that's called, but I think Artie Mays used that. I think that's what she used in her video. She did use a sewing machine as well, but she did. I might actually use these on some of the pages. I'm not sure yet. All right. And we've got some tulle. Got this beautiful lace, so I might cut up some of that. Got some more lace here. And then we've got these cute images. I just absolutely love these. Cut some of these out and put them on the cover. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is take this beautiful cream colored lace, and I'm using that as the base fabric to go on these 2 snippet rolls that are going to go on the cover of the fabric book. And you might just want to measure and make sure that both of your snippet rolls is going to be enough to cover, your cover of your book. So, and, but you could use 3 snippet rolls. I'm just going to use 2, and if I do come a little bit short where both of them meet together, I can just add some extra lace or something. Now I'm going to start just putting the pieces together, just picking out random pieces and seeing what I want to use on the cover. And basically, I'm going to apply the concept as if I were making a page layout or a mixed media layout where I want a focal point, and then I want that focal point to be, I guess, have something kind of going around it and then kind of out to the side, to balance out the spaces of what will be on the cover and on the back of the cover. So, we'll see how that goes, but that's basically what I'm going for here. So we'll see how it works. So I think this will be the last piece that I put down, is kind of the base underneath the focal point. I'm going to go ahead and start stitching these pieces, and then I'll come back in a minute. I've also went ahead and laid out the focal points that I want on my book, and I find it helpful to go ahead and sew those together separately before attaching them to the book. I also like to pin everything down so it makes it easier to stay in place as I'm sewing it on the machine or sewing it by hand. And then I also like to pull my stitches to the back of the material where I tie a knot and cut off the excess. Just gives it a cleaner look on the front. I did have a little bit of gap in between the two snippet rolls where they met in the middle. So I added an extra layer of lace, which I folded in half just to give it a fuller look, and then did a zigzag stitch down the middle of it. So this is what I've got done so far. I've sewed pretty much everything. A couple of things that I haven't done, I haven't sewed this all the way down yet, or the cute little barn, because I want to, I'm going to see if I have any batting around the house. I thought about, putting some batting in, to kind of poof it up. You can see where it kind of poofs up a little bit. It's not flat. And then I thought about doing the same with this. This one, I could probably just take some leftover strips from the cotton, and I could probably just put it up under here and then sew it, and it lifts it up a little bit. I just want it a little lifted up. It's kind of, coming out at you, so to speak. I only used 2 snippets, and one of them ended up being a little bit short. I don't know if it just got caught. It just seemed like it maybe got a little tight around here and kind of squinched up. So, but it's okay. It's the back of the book anyway. So everything up underneath is stitched good. I might come back with another piece of lace, a long strip to go down on the front and on the back. And then also I'm going to look for some batting or something to put up under these two to kind of, poof them up a little bit. Another idea that I was thinking about, so this is the underside. This beautiful chiffon, I thought it would be pretty cool as a closure. So I might stitch this, you figure, if you have a piece here, and then you'll have a piece here. So basically, you'll have this long chiffon. I don't want it to be too long, it could be tied or something like that. It just kind of gives you a little idea of how it's going to look. So, but I don't want it too long. So, but I thought, it would be a great piece to put on your table, and, just look through it, and if you put pictures of Christmas time with family members and friends, or, a pretty, book with just, Christmas pictures, just scenery and things like that. So in our next video, or I might do it off camera, but basically I'm going to use this piece that comes in the fabric book kit, and it's going to be for the inside. And I might trim it down a little bit, but I'm going to stitch it first. And so, and which I even kind of like it peeking out a little bit. I might trim off the extra there. But, I think it's coming together pretty good. I'm really excited about it. If you have any questions at all, feel free to let me know. In the next video, we're going to be working on our pages, which is taking the snippet rolls and sewing them on the pages. Thanks so much for watching.